Hi, and welcome back to the Making Fire podcast. This is a podcast where two longtime besties talk about their favorite TV show, Survivor. This episode, we're going to be talking about Survivor 45, episode 3. Maddie, how are you?
I'm good. Pardon my silly, goofy mood. I can't stop laughing. Yeah, it's been kind of a chill week. I might be selling my first car tomorrow, and I'm really sad about it. But she needs to go to a new home, so that's all I've got going on. Riley, how are you?
Well, if we're talking about cars, I almost got in a car accident the other day.
Was it your fault?
That is not important. For those like we haven't talked about it before. Maddie and I have a long history of my car specifically, me and car problems. It goes way back. Almost getting in car accidents, running out of gas,
I just need to interject. One time Riley was driving us around, and for some reason he stopped at every green light, treating them like stop signs. And he just kept doing it. And I think about it all the time. That is my Roman Empire.
Your Roman Empire. I was driving me and two friends back home from $5 Pizookie night at BJ's Restaurant Incorporated, and I went to make a left turn and didn't see the oncoming traffic. And then instead of going, I proceeded to stop in the middle of the road. Allegedly. This is all alleged. This allegedly happened. Proceeded to stop in the middle of the road, and then the person almost hit my car. But I wouldn't have died because it was my passenger side. So my two friends
that makes it fine.
My two friends probably would have, which would have been devastating. But
it wouldn't have been your fault. So
no, like I'm just a girl who drives. Like
you're just a teenage girl.
I'm just a teenage girl. Allegedly. Anyway. Survivor 45, how are you feeling? Initial thoughts?
Devastated. Got it.
I think we should talk about this first.
Okay.
Sabio and bye-bye.
My winner pick. I am so heartbroken over this. I don't even know. I need to process it. But I'm very sad. I really wish she would have just played that idol. She got too comfortable. That is what I'll say. She didn't see, I don't think she saw the game fully, and she thought that she was playing a good game, which is part of why they needed to vote her out. But I just think she got too comfy and should not have done that. Not played it, and she should not have risked her vote.
We'll get into it later. But I really am sad about this. I feel like of this new era, I think even just thinking of Survivor in general, Sabaya might be one of my favorite pre-merge boots ever. I think she is so likable and she's so nice, and I think she has a good instinct for the game. I just think she just jumped the gun a little too quickly for the timeline of the game. You know what I mean? But I really like her. I think she had if you're gonna have a 3-episode arc, this was the 3-episode arc to have. I think it was really good. Before recording this, I was looking at a Twitter thing. Somebody keeps track of the amount of confessionals that people do, and she, 3 episodes in, is the leader. They set her up. So I have a feeling we will be seeing her back. She is just so likable and so honest. We'll talk about this later. Well, we'll talk about it, I guess, now because we're going to start the episode. But it is really devastating. I'm so sad. But I hope to see her back. Second Chance 2. And then All Winners 2 after she wins Second Chance 2.
Absolutely. I think she would be a great returnee player.
I do too.
I think she has so much game left in her. Mm-hmm. And I think she knows that. So yeah. I agree. I would love to see her back. I I so enjoyed watching her play. And I also think I would love to see her play on like a tribe that maybe doesn't lose constantly.
No, because I definitely think if she was on one of the other tribes, she would be someone we see go very far. Like I genuinely think that it just got like screwed. Like somebody had to go, and it just didn't happen in her favor. So we'll jump in right now. How about that? My one con with her is her relationship with Emily. I think she did a terrible job fostering that relationship. I mean, how are you to know that this girl, Emily, the person that like everybody basically hated day one, like how would you know that she was gonna survive 3 votes? Like you just like how is she supposed to know that Emily was gonna be able to have a comeback? You know what I mean? Like I don't feel like you ever see. I was talking to my friend Callan last night while I was explaining what happened in the episode, and I was telling him I was like, I don't like it. I feel like it very rarely happens that somebody like Emily is able to realize during the season what they're doing wrong and able to change it. And Emily is doing it pretty flawlessly.
In
Like
less than a week in
in
real
less than a
time.
week, yes. I'd say she's like 80% there. She still has some things where I'm like, this is a little Emily day one, but I she's doing it so well, and like how are you supposed to know that that was going to happen? You really can't. And I would never have thought Emily would be able to turn it around like this. Um, but we start the episode off. We're coming back from the Lulu's second tribal, beginning of the episode, and Sabaya gives her shot in the dark back to Emily. Would you have given the shot in the dark back?
Probably.
You think so?
I think so. I don't think Sabaya would have gained a lot from keeping it.
Yeah. I mean, I think so. I mean, Emily kind of has a point because, like, if they lose again, and I'm Emily. If the circumstances of what happened had not happened, I probably would have played my shot in the dark, being like, what else do I have to lose? I think everything kind of just lined up perfectly for it to work out. I mean, I don't know if there an expectation to give it back. Maybe, maybe not. But I think it's something interesting to think about what would have happened, what could have happened. Um, this is where I start seeing. This is where my now bear with me here. This is where I personally start seeing my flaws with Sabaya's game. The one flaw, major one, her relationship with Emily. Um, they're sitting together as the four, and Emily's not a math major, but she's able to put together that there's 4 people in the tribe. Jeff only read 2 votes. That means only there would have been 5 people in that tribe at that point. 5 people tribe, 2 votes read. That means only 3 people voted. Brandon definitely didn't vote. So who didn't vote? And Emily is like, Sabaya
Immediately, Sabaya.
Immediately, Sabaya. And Sabaya's like, why? Basically, like, why does it matter? Blah, blah, blah. Why are you on me right now? And everybody's like, oh, here comes the same old Emily. In my humble opinion, call me crazy, I don't think Emily's in the wrong here.
No, not at all. She saw what happened. She saw through it. And yeah, for Sabaya to be like, I don't know what you're talking about. I voted. That was bold. I don't think she lied very well.
I don't think she did here either. And I think it's really because I think it was a confessional from Caleb, maybe Caleb or Sean, that was like, oh, here comes the old Emily. I think it was Caleb. Caleb was like, here comes the old Emily back out, like, just as soon as we're trying to trust her. I'm like, you're not really doing a good job of getting her to trust you guys. You guys are continuously lying to her after she kind of laid her game out of the line for you. Like, she's been telling Caleb everything. She gave her shot in the dark to Sabaya. I'm like, she has been really trying to mend her relationship with the 3 of you, and you 3 consistently lie and keep her out of the loop. Is she crazy to not trust Sabaya at the end of the episode because of this? I'm like, I'm on Emily's side.
I think
here.
she was in the right.
I do too.
I hate to admit it, but I agree with Emily. I don't think that was the old Emily we were seeing there.
No.
I think that was and Emily, who survived a vote that she wasn't sure she was going to, and then starts
Mm-hmm.
piecing together what was actually going on behind the scenes with other people's conversations the past couple days. And why wouldn't she say something? Call them out.
I think it's proving that Emily has a really good gut. Of course, we'll see at the end of the episode before Tribal. Emily has a really good gut, and I think she has good intuition on what strategically works best for her. I just don't think she has like the social game to back it up. I think her delivery is off. I mean, I don't think we can see her delivery is off on things. But I think her mind is in the right place with beginning to question this. I think obviously this scene is setting up the end of Sabaya. Like I think we're seeing sort of the ball starts rolling down the hill for her. But it's interesting to think about and interesting to look at. And they were trying to make it seem like Emily was crazy, and I don't think so. I think it was her reaction was very justified. So glad we're on the same page there. I know it happens sometimes it's not, but glad that. We get our little intro, which is so fun. I'm so glad the intro's back. Real Survivor. I live. And we start at the Bellow tribe. Kendra and Jake
At the
are standing
fire.
at the fire. We talked about this at the end of the last episode. What was going to happen? Go ahead. Yeah.
Obviously, I'm glad Jake is okay, but I do want to say it was a little bit anticlimactic.
It was a little anticlimactic, but it was also at Kendra's end. I was like, okay, this is a tad bit dramatic. I could tell what was going to happen. Like, obviously, we knew he was going to pass out, right? But instantly, I was like, oh, he's blowing on the fire. I know what's going to happen. Like, he's going to inhale too much smoke, and he's going to pass, like, he's going to get dizzy. I'm not a Boy Scout, but I was able to piece that puzzle together real quick. And then it cuts to a confessional to Kendra, and Kendra's like, oh my god, I think he had like a small seizure.
I know. Like, no. That is obviously not what happened.
No, and he like stood up right after, and they were kind of making it. It was anticlimactic on our end, but they were trying to again. They were trying. I don't know what the producers were trying to do, trying to make it seem like something it was not. They were like, "Oh my god, is he okay?" Like he stood up, he was really dizzy, he could barely see, and I was like, "Babe, it's fine. He just needed to breathe in some O2."
One of my favorite moments or lines from this episode is around here, though, when in his Boston accent, he goes, I saw stars.
Wait, can you do the whole can you say something else in a Boston accent?
I don't know.
Just like say hi to me.
I don't think I can.
You can't do a Boston.
I don't think like hat. No.
Maybe say like the intro for the podcast.
Oh no. I don't think I can. No, I really can't. I can't.
I don't know if I could do a
I feel like it's on the like aw sounds.
Oh, you know what it is? It's JFK from Clone High.
Oh yeah.
What is the TikTok sound that he used to say? He would say, do you know what I'm talking about?
No.
Oh, we'll find it. I'll find it. We'll put it in later.
Okay. Oh,
you think you'll be able to manage doing that?
I'll try.
Editor will put it in later. It'll be good. It'll be okay. Anyways, so Jake falls. He has a small seizure. He's back up. It's okay. Kendra kind of goes mama a little bit and is like, oh my god, Jake is so baby. I have to protect him.
Yeah. Ew.
I don't. It is kind of ew. And she's like, I felt like this was like a little bit of a bonding experience for both of us. You freaking out over him falling, not even into the fire, like
and
next to it.
He also didn't really fall. He was already sitting. He just kind of like leaned forward and caught himself in the sand and was like, "Oh man, saw stars."
Stars. Yeah. Kendra wants to work with Jake now, but she's already said Jake's name. Like, it's weird. She's like, I'm like really like Jake now, but we never see them it's one off. We never see them like interact again in the
No.
episode, and there very clearly is still a 2-2 with Brando and Kelly in the middle. So who knows
Yeah, I
if
don't
anything will
know.
come of it. Um, we go over to the Reba tribe, and we got a lot with the Reba tribe this episode,
Yeah, we did.
which was kind of crazy. I was kind of living it up. We start with Drew knows about Austin's idol,
Mm-hmm.
and I thought it was so silly. Right before it gets to all the idol shenanigans, Drew saying, finding an idol, it takes ingenuity. It takes entrepreneurship.
Like, babe, what does that mean? Entrepreneurship?
Men used to go to war, and now they're looking for little necklaces in the forest.
You know,
Like-
you have a point.
Like, and they're not even doing it well because they don't even find it until Dee and Julie come in.
Which we need to talk about that as well.
Okay. So, Drew and Austin are supposed to be taking turns looking for it by this fallen palm tree. And it's Drew's turn to look for it. And Austin forgets that he's on watch and goes to look for coconuts. And Dee and Julie are talking about how they're slightly not trusting Austin and Drew anymore. And out of nowhere, they end up walking up to Drew looking for the idol. And Drew, instead of being a normal human, proceeds to see them after Dee asks if he's looking for coconuts. He stands up and he just walks away without saying
The
anything.
wrong, not toward camp, the wrong.
No.
He's like, oh, I walked the wrong way. I really messed that one up.
I don't think that was the point where you messed up, buddy.
I know. But I loved the scene of him, like, in the little hole, crouched down, because he's so tall, too.
Mm-hmm.
Like, digging with both his hands. And they're like, excuse me, what are you doing? Yeah, that was super funny. They, for being a smart guy, Austin, too.
Ingenuity and entrepreneurship.
Yeah, that was, very funny.
They don't end up finding anything, and Drew ends up walking back. And let's talk about this little move. Drew ends up coming back and says, "Oh, Austin and I are looking over here because we saw Sifu."
Sifu? How dare they? He's
That
just
is so-
over there on the beach, minding his own business, and they throw him under the bus.
For what?
I'm
Because he likes to play hide and seek sometimes?
I'm glad that Dee and Julie immediately saw right through that and were like, that's definitely not what's going on here. But how dare they?
That was so messed up. I was like, you guys are doing him so dirty. I don't know what it is with Sifu and Jeremiah. I need to know the tribe dynamics. Like, I'm really liking that we're understanding the four of their relationship, like, pretty well. But why do they not why are Jeremiah and Sifu not being included in anything? Like, I don't doubt that they're being outcasted. I don't know.
I don't know either. I want to know what's going on with them because like there's no way Sifu is just spending all of his time on the beach or like
Doing Taekwondo. What does he do?
is it Tai Chi?
Oh, Tai Chi. I think
And like
that's what it is.
punching palm trees.
Yeah. And meditating.
Yeah.
This is strange.
He's on vacation.
He is. You don't watch Big Brother, Bowie Jane. Bowie Jane's on a 4-month vacation in LA right now at the Big Brother house. So, anyway,
Love that.
so we don't end up. We'll finish this idol storyline later. But first, oh wait, not but first. I have a question that I've been thinking about for like 2 episodes at this point. I don't think I brought it up with you last episode. Can we talk about why all of their knees are messed up?
Okay, I saw people online talking about that. And people are thinking that it's from the first immunity challenge in the very first episode with like the slides and stuff. They're thinking that maybe they weren't smooth and cut them up a little, or when they
A
were
little.
like, yeah, it's bad, but like, and maybe when they were crawling through the mud or something. But people are thinking it's from the first challenge, but all of their knees and shins are messed up.
I noticed it because I think Drew's are pretty bad specifically, and I think I've noticed it on Emily and like, sorry, it's a lot of the white people with the fair skin. Like the redness on your knees are really coming
It
through. I'm
looks
like,
bad.
it does, and it looks like it hurts. Like it looks like they're deep cuts, like not like a little surface cut. Like it looks like chunks of their skin. Not to get dirty, but it looks like there's chunks of their skin missing.
It's really bad. If it is from that first challenge, I hope that the challenge people crew got a little slap on the wrist for that, because I don't really think it's okay for that many people to all have the same injury. Like, what if that got infected?
Yeah,
That takes people out of the game all the time.
they don't got Neosporin out there, babe.
Do they
They
not?
got spit and they got leaves.
In ocean saltwater.
The big three. There you go. They okay. This reward challenge. I cannot remember. Was it Heather or Tiffany that couldn't do this challenge on Survivor 41? It was Heather, right?
I think it was Heather.
No, because I'm getting the flashback. It was the Blue Tribe, and it was the first challenge the Blue Tribe didn't win because Heather could not finish.
Okay, photographic memory.
I just love Survivor 41. I just love Heather and Tiff so much.
I think this challenge looks fun. I kind of
it
want to
does, too.
do it. I don't think... I mean, it definitely takes some agility, but I don't think it looks as hard as a lot of the other ones. It looked kind of fun. Like, I want to throw the ball up and run through a little ropes course.
No, I do too. And I feel like some people who are bad at it just aren't trying hard enough.
Yeah, it doesn't seem like it's that hard. I would
I'm
love
gonna
to
be
try
honest. Like, just lift your legs up a little higher. I feel like the anxiety of trying to, like, because most of them made it to the end before the ball had even reached. So I think the anxiety is, like, looking up while you're doing it and, like, trying to beat the ball. But in reality, as long as you can make it through the rope quick, you should
Then
be
just
fine.
turn around. And it's not like the ball's gonna go in an unpredictable spot
No, like, it's gonna fall down
in the exact same spot every time.
every time. So, but I got a really happy feeling. I was so happy at least everybody made it past the thing. I was like, this is so fun. I love my little motivational like Suri moment. I'm like, yes, everybody, it's so fun. And so everybody makes it, slay. But not everybody wins, not slay. You know who does win?
The Lulu tribe.
Lulu. Yeah. Yes. I wrote in all caps, Lulu losers no more. Spoiler alert. That was not the case.
Okay, but at least they have one win under their belt.
They have one win and some fishing gear that they doesn't matter because they don't have
They
a
can't
fire.
cook the fish. I know.
We'll get there. So, we should probably talk about Caleb's little challenge performance, though. He kind of bodies that challenge.
Yeah, challenge beast. No, but he is like really good at everything, it seems like.
He is, which is kind of concerning. Again, we'll get to that later. But I was kind of surprised. I was thinking back at the challenges. I'm like, there really hasn't been any like individual performance part of the challenges other than like the puzzles. You know what I mean? I mean, like other than the obstacle course stuff. But Caleb did really well and was able to sort of take it. I was so happy. Like they started out strong. They were the first team out of the water. They weren't the first team, or were they the first to finish the rings? Maybe Bella was. I can't exactly remember. But
Wait, wasn't the rings the last part?
not the ring. Sorry, the
little
ball
throw. Yeah.
Yeah. So I was so happy for them. So they end up winning a thing of fruit, a huge, I don't know, a lot of fruit.
Which,
I
like,
guess.
good for them, but at the same time, I think I'd want something a little bit heartier.
I know, there's not a lot of calories in fruit.
No.
I would rather have like a pastry or like a cake.
I get a stomach ache from eating too much fruit.
I know, I'm sorry, you eat all those grapes, babe, your stomach,
Yeah.
gone. That banana, girl.
I bet the banana was good, but I don't know, a lot of it, I was thinking, I'm sure that was amazing no matter what they would get, but
Like something sweet.
Yeah, I think I would want something just like
No.
a little more dense.
You know that fruit was gross.
I
You know those grapes were
know.
mushy. You know the banana was brown. You know the apple was bruised. Like they went to the craft table and were like, "What can we take and put in the reward challenge?"
Yeah, the person that was supposed to come up with a reward just didn't. And they're like,
No,
what can we grab? Fruit.
a pomegranate. How are we supposed to share a pomegranate?
I know.
Um. Anyway, yeah. So Lulu ends up winning the reward challenge. Bello was second.
I don't know.
I can't remember. I was supposed to take notes, and I was so excited that
No,
Lulu
no, it was,
won.
I think, oh, man. I don't remember.
I don't think it matters. I think I can't remember.
I think maybe Reba got it. It was Reba. Bello didn't get anything.
Okay.
Oh yes, because I remember they show them just sitting on the beach and Bruce and them are fishing.
Mm, mm-hmm.
And I was like, oh my gosh, this is
Mm-hmm.
the first time they don't have anything. Yeah.
Um. Yeah. So Lulu ends up getting the fruit. Reba ends up getting fruit, but Lulu also gets to send one person to another tribe to raid. Gagatandra. Emily ends up saying, "We're gonna send Caleb because he is the best here socially."
Which I
Is that
would
a
not do.
you? I would not say that about another person.
No. And I don't think I would want Kate. I don't know. Because I know that at that point, they realized that they probably were going to get mixed up with other um, people soon
Mhm.
because of tribe numbers. But I feel like I would have sent Sean. You know,
Yeah,
I don't think I would have sent Mr. Big Personality, good at every challenge, good at everything, Caleb.
yeah. I probably would have done Sean or honestly Emily. Like, I don't think it would have been good for Sabaya or Caleb to go because I think that puts a target on their back more. But I don't necessarily want Emily by herself with two other people. Like, like I
No.
want Emily is such an up in the air thing. Like, I don't know. I think what is it? What's the phrase? What's it? God, I'm so stupid. I don't know what it is. 2020 vision. What? Not 2020 vision. What's the thing when you
In
like look back
hindsight,
in hindsight? Slay, yes. I'm a college senior over here, everybody. In hindsight, it's easy to say, "Oh, I would not have. If I was Caleb, I wouldn't have sent myself." You know what I mean? Like, I wouldn't have gone. I wouldn't have wanted Emily there by herself. Um, I think Sabaya. Yeah, I think Sean would have been the perfect one because then
he seems
Caleb
like a
and Sabaya,
neutral
yeah, they're able to keep an eye on Emily.
and he seems loyal.
He seems
I
loyal,
wouldn't
but like
worry about him.
it's not going to put a bigger target on his back.
Yeah, no. Yeah, I would have
So,
sent Sean for sure.
I would have as well. But Caleb ends up going over to the Reba tribe and he is schmoozing.
That's the word. That was what I was thinking. That exact word.
Schmoozing down. It's the Sims player in us.
You're right.
Caleb is schmoozing, and what I live for is they got his ass. They caught on so quick. They were not like, oh, he's just like a silly, nice guy. They were like, why is he so obsessed with us? We need to
Yeah.
get him out of here. He wants too
And
much information.
they all mention how they notice how good he is in challenges too. They already saw him as a
Hmm.
threat coming in, and then he
Hmm.
talks all this strategy and wanting to talk to everyone individually. Yeah, they're on to him.
Justifiably, I don't know why Caleb would have sent himself, especially after such a stellar challenge performance.
Yeah, bad move. Maybe.
I feel, I
I think
think
it
so.
was.
I think that this was almost his nail in the coffin. I mean, okay, so he ends up going. They end up like seeing he's a schmoozer. He does get the goodwill advantage that he has to give out, which basically means I'll do my best to explain this. I was a little confused at first, but then I got it. So he gives the advantage to somebody who doesn't have a vote. They can basically use this advantage to get their vote back
If they lose it.
if they lose it. Yeah.
Hmm.
Um And so he wanted to talk individually with everybody because he wanted to figure out who he could trust with this like advantage and who he could work forward with. And he ends up giving it to Drew.
Yeah, I am so curious as to his reasoning behind that. It seems so random.
Drew.
Oh my God, this made me so angry. Why would you tell him about
the safety without power?
Yes, it's.
I don't know what is wrong with the people playing this season. They cannot keep their mouths shut about advantages. Why are y'all blabbing to your to Timbuk fucking 2 about your advantages?
Drew, because now not only his whole tribe knows about it already because he came back and told everyone. Then he tells Caleb for no reason. And
no reason.
Now Caleb knows. Caleb's what? Why would he not share it? Now, like almost everyone at some point, they're all gonna know about this stupid advantage. Drew has totally messed it up.
Is going to be the first person people are gonna vote for.
Yeah.
You don't want to keep that in the game until merge. If I'm on a tribe, which we're gonna see later, they're gonna tribe. We'll see later. Tribe swap next episode. Why? With Drew, now everybody knows they're gonna make him play the idol and the safety of the power. And it's gonna be totally wasted.
I want to know, what does he think that he got out of that conversation? Because going into it, it's not like, oh, I give you information, you give me information. It's like, I genuinely don't understand the point. There was no reason to tell him, none.
So now, I guess he gets an advantage that he can't even use. He has to give it to Austin. So now not only does Austin have an idol, Austin has the idol and his vote back, and it's good until merge. He got nothing out of that. He gets an ally maybe out of Caleb.
Yeah.
Maybe. But if I'm Caleb, I'm like, this guy's blabbing about advantages. Who's to say he's not going to blab about me?
I wouldn't tell him anything.
Drew is not trustworthy.
No.
Drew's scary. It is freakish to be that tall. Not to make fun of anybody's husband here, but it is freakish to be that tall.
Drew is like, what, 6'7" or something?
That's freakish. And he's blonde. Oh.
What do you have against blonde people?
I don't have anything against blonde people, okay? It's just a little blonde hair, and I'm sorry, blue eyes, you're a freak.
Oh my God.
It's not natural.
God made me the way he intended. God makes no mistakes.
For those who can't tell, Maddie does have blonde hair and blue eyes.
It's like dark blonde. It's basically brunette in the wintertime.
It's basically black. At night, it's black. So I don't know what to tell you.
Okay. Do I need to bring up when you were blonde? Because I can insert pictures if you want.
To quote our high school science teacher, I was not blonde. My hair was rust colored.
You were going for blonde. Blonde was your intent.
Maddie went with me to my Ulta beauty salon hair appointment.
Like days before we went on a trip. By the way. Bold move.
Not days. I think it was the day before.
I don't think rust.
They fucked up my hair so bad.
Yeah, I don't think rust is what I would call it. I would say like.
And the fact
cheese.
That not a single person told me my hair looked bad. Nobody.
Okay, in my defense, what am I supposed to say? I just sat there with you for how long did that take to make your hair blonde? Then I know you paid good money for that. hair
didn't pay for it.
appointment.
My mom paid for it. It
Okay,
was her
Holly
treat.
paid money for that, and I'm not gonna sit there in the ride home and tell you, your hair looks bad. Why would I do that?
They were all fake, and they let my hair look. And in all of my senior year homecoming pictures, my hair was that color.
I never told you to get your hair colored. I want to put that out there. That was your decision. I'm an innocent bystander.
I have fake friends, everybody. Anyway, back on track we go. I didn't know suddenly it was throw Riley under the bus hour.
Okay, Mr. Anti-blonde hair blue freaks.
And I'm anti-tall people. Tell your little boyfriend that. Tell your little husband that. Get him in the room. Tell him I said that. If you're over 6 feet tall, you're a freak.
I think someone's projecting here.
I am 5'11" and a half.
Okay.
Anyway, I don't even know where we were. Drew. We were on Drew. Oh, because Drew told Caleb about his safety without power. So strange.
I think maybe there's not enough oxygen up that high. He can't think through things.
True. That is so true. Heat rises. It's probably a little warm.
Yeah. The air is thin.
The air's thin. A little loopy. Loopy. Oh my god, Lala Loopsy.
Oh my, we have to move on.
Okay, so Caleb, we cut back to the Lulu tribe, and we see Sabaya is sitting with Emily and Sean in their hut, which, might I say, looks quite nice for having no machete.
I agree. Also, I want to point out that when Sabaya and Sean were talking, they call Emily over. They go, we need to talk about your behavior. It's the first thing they said.
And then Emily thought they were being serious.
Yeah.
She was like, no, LOL, that's a joke.
She's like, no, I've been on my best behavior. This is the best it's going to get.
You either love it or leave it. So we basically, Sabaya comes to the conclusion that at this point in the game, we can't, at day 6 out of 29, 26, 29. I think, oh God, I always forget. No, it's 39 days, so I think it's 26 days now.
Mm-hmm.
6 out of 26. You still have 20 days left. That is almost 3 weeks left of time. We can't have Caleb around anymore. He's too good at challenges. He's too social.
I think maybe what she's thinking a little bit is, I think there might be some pressure if you're on the Lulu tribe at that point, because there are only 4 of you. That feels so,
and
like,
at this point,
tight.
Sabaya doesn't have a vote. Sabaya doesn't have a vote, sorry.
Yes. So I think the walls are closing in. There are 4 of them left, and, it's looking rough. I mean, they are coming off the win. They haven't lost at this point yet. But I think she's just trying to prepare for, whatever that may be.
So Emily is like, sure, yes, whatever. If I have to do whatever I have to do to save myself. And if that means voting Caleb out, then that's what I'm going to have to do. And that's sort of where the conversation ends. It's now in our heads. This is something that could possibly happen. Ooh, a little scary, especially after Caleb's schmooze fest he just had on Reba. It's kind of lining up that way, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So we end up going over to the Bello tribe, and we see Jake is fishing a little bit. The water. And Katura and the girls are talking, and Katura's like, I want Bruce gone so bad. I want him so bad. She's so
like,
annoying.
You guys think Bruce is annoying, right?
Oh no, like I just said like Bruce is just like he just like kind of annoys me. Like I don't I don't think he needs to go home, Katora. And she's like, oh, well, it kind of just like sounds like you want to get him out, which is totally fine. Like, I'd totally help you. Like, if you wanted to get him out, like, we could get him out. Like, that'd be totally cool. That'd be chill. We could do it. Like, not that I want to do it. Like, but like, I don't want to do it. Like,
I'll twist my arm.
But if you guys want to do it, like, I'd be down. But only like if you guys do it.
Only if it's your idea.
Only if it's your idea. It's giving kind of like it's not. I was about to make an analogy, and I was gonna say it's kind of giving like before like it's high school freshman year, and you kind of want to wear a skirt tomorrow. So you're like,
I'll wear a skirt if you wear a skirt. It's also giving when it's pajama day for Spirit Week, and you don't want to be the only one to show up in pajamas.
Yeah.
And so you're like, I'll wear pajamas if you wear pajamas.
And they're like, oh, but like I don't know if I want to wear pajamas. And you're like, oh no, like I don't either. But like if you wanted to, like I totally would wear pajamas if you wanted to wear pajamas.
Yeah, exactly.
Exactly. That's what it's giving. And so who knows if we'll get away with it. Well, who was it? Was it Kelly or Kendra? One of them caught on and was kind of like, we can tell that Katora just really wants Bruce gone.
I think it was Kelly.
I think it was Kelly.
Because she is kind of in alliance with Bruce.
Mm-hmm,
and
kind of.
Yeah, so she's like, we could vote him, but at the same time, I don't really think we need to. Which I agree with. He doesn't seem like a big threat to me.
I could understand his like social prowess maybe being something of concern. It just seems like he gets along with people. And I think that's what Katora doesn't understand why people get along with him. But I can understand wanting to get him out because of that. I think I compared Sifu to Nasir. But I feel like it's a similar energy. Like you want to get Nasir out because he's kind of like the social guy, silly guy. We want to get out. And I feel like Bruce kind of fills that archetype a little at this point.
Yeah, I wouldn't say he's giving like jam where he's being strategic or anything. He just seems likable and like he's trying to have fun and just like, I don't know.
He's just like a silly guy. He almost died a year ago.
Bonk.
He just wants to enjoy his life.
Yeah.
So then we cut back to the Reba tribe, and we are seeing Austin and Drew telling it's a new morning, and they're telling Dee and Julie. They're telling Dee and Julie that they had gone out that morning and they found the Beware advantage. That morning,
yeah.
That morning they found it, and that must have been what Sifu was looking for.
Yes.
And so now I know it's over there by the palm tree, so we have to go over there and look for it. And Drew says, sorry, I didn't tell you about the Beware advantage.
This was Austin's thing.
It was Austin's thing, and I didn't want to like step on his toes.
Yeah.
Unlike you, like Dee, you have like strangely long toes, and I'm just like trying to be careful.
Yeah, I don't want to hurt you.
I don't want to hurt anybody's toes. They're so precious. And Julie and Dee, like, they weren't born yesterday.
No. But it seems like Drew and Austin were.
No, it literally does. And I'm out of the four of them, Dee and Julie's dynamic is what's bringing me back to this four. I think
It's Heather and Erica.
Erica. It is. It's giving Heather and Erica.
Yeah.
Just kind of maybe a little bit more strategic.
What?
Are you watching?
I missed that.
Did you watch The Traitors?
No. No, but I saw Erica's on it.
Spoiler alert. Skip if you're watching The Traitors 30 seconds. She's not on it anymore. So, she's in her winner to first boot era.
No.
Yeah.
I'm gonna
watch. What?
I was thinking about watching it, but
I'm gonna watch the newest episode tonight because I haven't seen how it happens, so I want to like watch it. But, it's really good. Anyway, back to Survivor. We're kind of on a little tangent. We're just in a silly, goofy mood tonight. That's why.
A little chit chat.
A little chit chat, a little talk with the girls. So then we see this little thing continue. They have this plan where three of them are going to go out. One of them is going to stay and, quote, babysit Sifu and Jay. And the other three will look. And I said this earlier, but it is actually Dee and Julie that end up finding
The little rope.
the rope and the hammer. So they pull and they pull and they pull and they find this stupid little hammer. And who shows up? J. Maya. Girl, can Austin not babysit? He has one job all the time. It is just to make sure nobody's coming. And then suddenly J. Maya is appearing out of literally nowhere.
Like, let's go build sandcastles on the beach, the three of us.
No, literally, like, sandcastles on the beach. Let's go
Sifu
fish.
teach me how to punch the palm trees. Like,
literally,
J. Maya
teach me how to
sing
play hide
with-
and seek.
Let's sing a little song.
I do a really good cover of Let It Go by Elsa.
I just don't think it's that hard.
I don't think it is either, but J. Maya appears. We also don't get a confessional from her this episode. I would have loved to know what she thought.
Mm-hmm.
Because I'm now under the assumption that they got away with it, which is a little strange. But so they have to hide the rope and they hide the hammer, and Dee distracts Jay, and then Julie takes the hammer, runs it over to Austin and Drew, and Austin and Drew are able to find this idol by smashing the rocks.
I wish for the plot that Julie and Dee wouldn't have shown the hammer to the others and just like covered it up somehow, stashed the rope. They seem to be pretty clueless, the boys. I don't think it would have been that hard, and it would have been funny.
Honestly, they could have just like put the rope in the ocean and then just been like, oh, look at this. Some rope is washing up on the beach.
Yeah.
I would have believed it. I would have been like, oh, climate change, oh, global warming, pollution. So logistical question. I love asking logistical questions. Do you think Julie and Dee find the idol, but Austin is the one that found the beware advantage? Do you think that now that the idol is in somebody's possession, Austin's would regain his vote because the idol's not there anymore?
Because it's been found?
Yeah.
Probably.
Call up Jeff. It's just strange. I don't know what would happen.
I can't imagine production making him lose his vote indefinitely because of it.
Yeah, that seems so strange.
Yeah.
That definitely wouldn't make sense. But then it's like he would definitely catch on. He's like, well, only Drew, Dee, and Julie knew about it, and Drew definitely doesn't have it because he tells everybody about each of his advantages. So it has to be Dee or Julie. But I feel like they could get away with lying.
Yeah.
I wish that they had just done it. I
thought that's what they were gonna do at first.
I guess it like solidifies them as a four. Like I feel like Austin is sort of in debt to the two of them.
But like it's so obvious that Austin and Drew haven't been telling the truth the past entire time.
Yeah,
so
to
it's like
them specifically.
Yes. So I don't think them showing allegiance or whatever, pledging allegiance. I don't think them coming to the boys and saying, look, we found it and let's all have this together. I don't think that does anything for Dee and Julie. Because then when they end up smashing the rocks and finding it, and Drew's like, this is, or I don't remember, Drew or Austin, they're like, this is for all of us. This covers all four of us. And like, that's not how this game works.
No. And honestly, if I was in that group, I'd be like, y'all are stupid. If it was my idol, I'm like, it's my idol.
Yeah.
Vote me out and I'll use it. And then I'll vote one of y'all out. Then what?
Yeah.
So I think I don't know why nobody can keep a secret. It's beyond me. I would never tell anybody any advantage. And if somebody caught me, I'd lie. And if I got caught on my lie, so what? At least I'm a liar and I have an advantage.
Yeah.
So, what of it? It's not a normal idol. I think Drew called it this, and that's what I'm gonna call it, the conditional idol, basically.
Mm-hmm.
You found the idol. The idol is only good for the next tribal you're at up until merge, unless you sacrifice your vote at that tribal, and then it extends the life of the
I
idol
think there
until.
was
Oh no,
no.
you're right. Yeah, it was.
So
You find
that
it, and it's only good at the first one.
at that tribal, and then
Yeah,
if you
and then
sacrifice your vote, then it's good till the
good.
merge. If you
Yes.
sacrifice it again, then it's good till
Yes.
end.
Sorry. See, all these little things, all the intricacies confuse me.
It gets confusing. Even
It does a little.
Even Drew was like, "This seems complicated."
But yes, that's it. It's good for one tribal. If you sacrifice your vote at that tribal, then it extends to merge. Yes. How do you feel about this change of the classic twist?
I kind of liked it. I think it kind of gets in the players' heads a little bit because they're like, "No, what if I'm feeling so secure that I just risk my vote and I don't vote?" And then it lasts a little longer. And then what if I risk it again and it lasts a little longer? Like, what if? I like that it's so in their hands.
Mm-hmm.
And I like that it has the potential to only last at that challenge. But it's tempting. You know, you have to just see how comfortable you are. Spoiler alert. It's a bio. But I kind of like it.
I also like it. I think it's a good twist. I don't think it's I don't think it's game breaking at all. It's all up to the player. It's the player's gut.
And I like that it's not just something they can sit on forever.
Yes.
Like they have to actively engage keep it alive. And it's not just like, I'm going to tuck this away and get comfy and, hold on to this as long as possible. Is it worth holding on to this any longer?
It's good. I love that because it brings up a whole new dynamic in the game of how much is this really worth to me.
It makes them play. I feel like it makes them play harder. Yeah.
This is what I'm like. This is what I like to see in the new era. This is what I want to see. I really like the thinking, like, are the advantages really worth it? Because, I feel like there was a point, like, late 30s into early 30s, basically. The advantages became so heavy that it was just like, advantages are the most important thing. And now it's like, are they really the most important thing about this game? Like, of course you can have an advantage if you're like willing to put a little bit of debt into it, which I think is so interesting.
But is your vote the most, like, what is important?
What is the most important?
Yeah.
Or do you want like a backup plan?
Yeah. I like it.
I'm excited to see how it works. Well, kind of, because Drew doesn't have Drew has the goodwill advantage. It doesn't really matter, at least in Austin's case. And I guess it doesn't matter in Sabaya's case anymore because Sabaya is no longer with us. Rest in peace. So I guess we'll have to wait until the Bello tribe figures out their stuff.
Yeah, I wanted to make a quick comment about that. What are they doing? I don't feel like we've seen a lot of them other than... No. Have we seen any of them looking for idols? I feel like every time we see them, it's just like them goofing off or like Bruce being annoying.
Yeah, I don't think we've seen anybody looking for it on their tribe yet.
Yeah, so... But like, what are they doing? They're not going to tribals.
I know. I'm assuming they're just looking for it and not finding it.
I guess.
But the other thing that I thought, real quick, that I thought was silly, while they were looking, Julie comes up to Austin and hands him the hammer, and Austin's first instinct is to put the hammer in his pants. Not in his pocket. He proceeds to open up his pants and put the hammer, and then he takes it out, and he's like, I can't do that. And then I just thought that was silly. I was like, oh, you're just like a silly guy that doesn't know what to do with the hammer. Men used to go to war, and they used to build houses, and now they're looking for silly necklaces.
Silly little necklaces in the woods.
I was on Twitter before this, and he had posted, wait, let me see if I can pull it up. LOL. He had posted something about his finding it. He said, when you spend days digging with no vote and you get rewarded the most nerfed idol in Survivor history, and it's just him holding up this silly, stupid little.
Oh, yeah, that
I
does look pretty not real.
Not real.
Yeah.
Anyway,
What was the budget for this episode? Or the
what was the reason? So we get into our little immunity challenge. I love the little call challenges. The blindfolded one, I was reminded of Lydia Chlamydia screaming. What did she say? She's like, "You two bitches over here now," or whatever.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking
Yeah.
about? We didn't get a lot of content from her on the show, but that was a top tier 42 moment
That
right
was
there.
fun.
There's nothing really exciting happens in this challenge. I think the ending is so devastating.
Okay, before we get there, from the Lulu tribe, I don't understand why Emily was calling.
The puzzle.
I feel like in this puzzle, in this challenge specifically, how much is the caller even doing? It doesn't
Really?
seem like any of them are doing anything.
Mhm.
And Emily would have been way better as a boots on the ground.
Like
getting
actually putting the
into
puzzle
it.
together.
Yes.
I think I would have rather had like Sabaya.
Sabaya.
leading.
I think
Yeah.
I was thinking
'Cause she's a
Sabaya.
good leader.
And she's like good at analyzing what's going on and like
Yeah.
watching the other people, but then letting like Emily and I don't know. I think Emily would have been way more useful in actually doing the puzzle. I think that
I
might
get
have helped them.
Yeah, I get you need like actual muscle to like move the pieces, but I'm like at the end of the I would rather have somebody who could put puzzles together there to like solve the puzzle.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, they end up the Lulu losers are officially back. We get really sad music, which I don't think happens very often,
No,
specifically
it
at
was
the end of
so
challenges.
sad.
It was so sad. Emily like basically gives up calling. Like before the challenge is even over, she just knows they're not going to catch up. She knows they can't win, and like you can see her like starting to get emotional and like tearing up a little bit, and like that has to be so like Emily knows she's at the bottom of the tribe, and she just lost the challenge for her tribe. It's giving Brandon last episode.
Can I say one thing about the crying? Why is Sean's crying face kind of giving Kim Kardashian?
There is a clip of Sean. He was like this. He was like, and I was like, oh, this is too much. I was like, you look like you're fake crying right now.
It looks like Kim Kardashian's crying face.
Oh.
Anyways,
Star of American Horror Story. What is the season called?
I don't know. Delicate?
Yeah.
It's bad. Don't watch.
We'll start an American Horror Story podcast. You guys
No,
can
it
tune into
won't.
that. So Lulu losers. I don't think we talked about this, but off of that, the Pelican idol is so cute. The tribe
so
idol.
Cute. I like
I hate
it.
this. I don't like this new era thing where one of the tribe idols is like the actual figure, and then the other tribe idol, immunity
a
idol, is just
bowl.
like the stand.
Yeah, it literally looks like a bowl.
I'm like, why? Nobody's creative this.
Like I'm
these
saying,
days.
where's the budget? First, the immunity necklaces look like arts and crafts time, and now this.
I don't know, man. I was like, this is not cute. This is not gorgeous. This is not stunning.
No. Anyways,
It's even a little ugly.
it is. I'll say it.
So we go back to the tribe. We go back to Lulu, and the first thing that basically happens is Caleb goes. Okay, so I thought this scene was really interesting, and again, we've talked about we are not really strategic girlies. We kind of just watch the show. Sometimes we'll have some strategic talk. The way that I fully in this Emily, if I was Caleb in this Emily versus Sabaya, sorry, the way that I fully would have believed Sabaya,
Yeah.
and then my ass would have got sent home because I thought she fully. I was like convinced that she was gonna pull something off. Like I thought she was gonna pull this Caleb vote off, right?
I thought she was too.
She basically it cuts to them back after the commercial. It cuts to them at tribe. It cuts to them at their camp, and it's Sabaya and Caleb. And Caleb's like, okay, well, who do we tell her to vote for? Like, I'm fine voting Emily. It's devastating. I don't want to vote Emily. She's like my friend, but if I have to vote her, we have to vote her, right? And Sabaya says, I could tell her to vote you. That is crazy.
She's quick.
No, she is quick.
And then I thought it was so smart when Caleb's like, well, who do I tell her? And she's like, tell her me.
No, because I would have believed her.
Yeah.
And that's why I thought
I would have felt comfortable with that too, because you're like, oh, she's saying to write my name down, but at least she's saying to write her name down. It's a give and take. It's equal risk.
Yes. Like at the end of the day, like, yes, my name is being thrown out there technically, but like,
and you know what? I think Sabaya could have pulled it off if she would have voted and played the idol.
I think the plan was almost so perfect. If only if Sabaya had told Emily about the idol when they originally came up with the plan to vote out Caleb, I think this would have worked. And I don't think Emily would have flipped. But the downfall of this plan was when she told Emily about the idol, how she told Emily about the idol, and the amount of time in between, right? Sabaya left too much time before tribal for Emily to go up to Caleb
about it, and she's like she's like, the math isn't mathing.
No.
I am not being told all the information. And I agree. I totally think though Sabaya should have just friggin' voted and played that idol, and she would have done it. She is so strategically smart, I think.
I think
socially.
Especially okay, so the timeline a little bit more specifically. So then Caleb leaves, Emily enters the camp and is talking to Sabaya, and Emily's like, is the plan still in motion? And Sabaya's like, yes, I have to play this wax idol tonight. I'm gonna put it in the fire. And then Emily's like, okay, and she's like, I don't like, the idol's gonna be in here, it's gonna be fine. They're all still and then they're under the assumption that she's going to get her vote back because she's going to get the idol. They don't know the conditions of the idol, right? So they're like, okay, Sabaya will be able to vote. Everybody knows what she's going to be doing. And so she's just like, we have to vote Caleb out. Well, then Emily's like, why? And so this is where what I said at the beginning of the episode, this is the pitfall to Sabaya's game, is that she just doesn't have the relationship she needs with Emily to be pulling off this move. Emily very clearly does not trust you. She's called you out. Yeah, she called you out literally yesterday night.
Yeah.
Or like 2 nights ago. And like, you guys have a history of not trusting each other, and you have been lying to her more than she's been lying to you.
And in this whole thing, you're planning to vote out her closest ally.
Yeah.
The one person who is trying to help her out here and is like genuinely trying to play with her.
It's so crazy. I'm like, this doesn't make any sense. So that's why I was like, that's when I was like, okay, this isn't gonna work. So then we cut to Emily, so they're talking, and Emily's like, I don't trust her. She's lied to me. She kept this a secret from me. Caleb has consistently wanted to work with me, brought me in on things, has told me the truth. And she's like, why would I want to keep somebody that's been lying to me in the game when I can keep someone who wants to be my ally?
Yeah. She's right.
I think, like, my quote of the episode is Emily running up to Caleb and being like, this might seem like Emily saving Emily's ass, but really this is Emily saving your ass.
Yeah.
She's like, you need to vote Sabaya. Who are you voting? And Caleb's like, Sabaya? And she's like, yeah, you're voting Sabaya. Vote Sabaya.
And even Caleb, though, for a second, he's like, that was the plan. That's what Sabaya said she was going to tell Emily.
And that's what got my ass. I would have been like, no, that's just like the plan.
Yeah.
I'm like, there's no need. I would have been like, there's no need to
panic.
Like,
I would be like, wow, Sabaya really sold it.
I would have been like, Sabaya's my ally. I trust her. Like, this is crazy. Emily is just trying to save her ass. Like, I would have ate that up, and my ass would have been going to Ponderosa with Brandon. Brandon and Hannah. I would have believed it. So, yeah, it was really interesting. Going into the tribal, right? So now we know. Well, I guess we're thinking at this point it's like a three people are voting, right? And so it's so interesting the idea that it could have realistically it could have been a tie. Caleb could have voted for Emily. Sean could have voted for Caleb, and Emily could have voted for Sabaya. And then we would have had a 3-3 split between Caleb, Sabaya, and Emily.
Mm-hmm.
Or a 1-1-1 split, I guess. Or sorry. Which is so interesting. I was thinking about this in like the three are kind of going for each other's necks. Why not just do the safe vote and vote Sean out?
I know, Sean. What is Sean playing in all of this? He's just like along for the ride.
With Sabaya, it was the two of them.
Oh my god. To jump forward a little bit, the look on his face when Sabaya got voted out, he did not see that coming.
No, Gagatandra. Literally, like, how did that even happen? He is in such a bad spot. I would not have expected Emily and Caleb to vote together, especially against Sabaya. It was just so interesting.
But we do have to talk about Sabaya's little barbecue.
Okay, that was so. I'm sorry, one of the best tribals I think I've ever seen. It's so silly.
Her like getting up, like, oh, what in her southern accent? Oh, I need to check on it. A little rotating, and then when she pulls it out, and she's like, "Sean, water, canteen." And he's like, he's like, yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, she is using her Marines background on Sean.
Exactly. I wrote down. I just know Jeff is so annoyed with his idol. The fact that she keeps getting up and is checking on it. I would have, if I was sitting next to her, I would have been like, "Girl, sit down. You can see it is not melted. Stop checking on it. It will melt when it's melted."
And then he's like, "Are you gonna look at it?" And she's like, "I'm letting it cool for safety reasons."
Like, okay, I guess. I don't. He just wanted to know what was in there.
It's so funny. I loved that though. Like, yes, use your resources, girlie. It doesn't look like you were getting fire anytime soon.
I also noticed, I wrote, Jeff needs to clear his throat.
I saw people commenting about that online. They're like, can I give him a glass of water?
No, he sounded parched.
Yeah.
I was like, why are you not... They can cut around it. Maddie cuts around it when I do it. If Maddie can cut around it, your team of professional editors can cut around it.
So what you're saying is I should become an editor for the actual Survivor show?
That's not what I said at all. Not at
I
all.
think we should be the next hosts. If I'm being honest, I think we could do better.
Allegedly of Probst.
No. And I will have to cut that. I'm gonna bleep that one word.
So
allegedly kissed Jeff Probst. He'll schmooze him.
Two little
word
ladies.
of the episode. That's the title of the episode, Schmoozing Jeff Probst.
Jeff Probst. He's silly. Yes. Okay. So Sabaya goes up to the voting booth and pulls out her thing and makes the ultimate decision that she is going to risk her vote to get the idol. And she doesn't vote. She doesn't play her idol, and ends up getting booted 2-1. We are now down Sabaya, who is a pre-merge icon, Maddie's winner pick.
Gone too soon.
We are up for the Emily and Caleb duo. I know that's right. I know that is right. Emily and Caleb are going to be the new Shannon Ricard. They're going to be the new Jamie Emmett Carolyn. It's the new duo. And I'm
I'm
going to eat
scared.
it up I am in for the ride, let me tell you. I am Team Emily and Caleb down.
Yeah, me too.
I'm so excited.
Can we
I
keep
hope
Sean in there though? He seems like he needs a
No.
hug. He cries a lot.
Kim K cries.
Yeah.
And that's it. The end of the episode, our preview, we see that Jeff, or we see tribe swap is happening, like an official, like actual tribe swap.
I'm excited.
I am so excited.
Do you think they'll go? Do you think they'll go to the Lulu camp?
I hope not. That would be so. That would be so sad. Imagine going from Reba to the Lulu camp.
I know.
That'd be so upsetting. I'm really loving this season.
Me too. I'm into it.
It's feeling really refreshing.
I was talking about this with my shout out mom. Oh no, my
Hey,
dad.
Alex.
No, my dad. I was talking about it with
Hey,
my
Colin.
dad. About how
And
this.
Allison, we love you both.
Yes, we do. This is one of the first times in a very long time where I feel like I'm truly invested into the season pre-merge.
Mm-hmm.
Historically, I've had a hard time in the early game just getting into it, getting to know people, and I'm invested, and it is the episode we just finished episode 3. So, they're doing good. This is a good season.
I'm invested in the people. I have different I have people on each tribe that I'm actively like, I really want you to do well.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm excited to see how they interact together. Then sorry about that cut. Maddie's crappy ass Wisconsin. Oh. Sorry for that cut. Maddie's crappy Wi-Fi cut out. So.
Yeah, I don't know what that was.
Anyway, I'm really liking the 90-minute episodes.
Me too. Also, I just want to point out, maybe my Wi-Fi was telling you to quit talking so much, to wrap it up. I'm just kidding.
So if you really like this episode, make sure to follow us on TikTok, Twitter, and Instagram.
Riley promises to post on the TikTok.
And the Twitter.
I post on the Twitter.
Oh, do you?
Yeah.
I don't see your tweets.
I don't think you follow it.
Oh, it's because I don't have a personal Twitter. I have like a stan Twitter.
Follow.
Okay, well.
Instagram. Did you say that?
Yeah, follow us on Instagram, follow us on Twitter, follow us on TikTok, at Making Fire Pod. And make sure to tune in next week where we will talk about episode 4 of Survivor 45.
And make sure to smash that like button and absolutely destroy that subscribe button.
I can't wait to see how this turns out.
Goodbye.